They're back, baby. Back to the Super Bowl. I gotta wear this. I'm wearing this jersey every stream until we bring it home again. Yes, this is a Drake May jersey, not a Mac Jones. That was the worst investment of my life, but I did have the same jersey, just with a different name on the back. Anyway, let's talk about the Super Bowl. We talk about the conference championships as well a little bit before we get into some betting. I think Pat's opened up 4.5, 5-point dogs here. We can look right now. Actually, we're sitting at 4.5 right now. So I think we opened up 5.5. First thoughts on the game. I think the number's pretty good of where I would guess it would have opened, to be honest. What I think is going to happen, I kind of like the over in this game. I think that the Patriots defense is probably getting way overhyped right now with all these like 1-touchdown games they're allowing. But they've been playing in sub 20-degree temperatures, wind and snow, and basically every single game in the playoff. Also, a reason that I think their offense is kind of being undervalued right now. But Seahawks are probably the most well-rounded team in the league, so we're going to need a lot of firepower to win that game. I think probably going to have to put up like 30 points against the Seahawks to have a chance of beating them. Even the Rams moved the ball well on them, but did not pull it off. I'd say we probably have a slightly better defense, so we'll see what happens. It's Sam Darnold out there. So we got a chance for sure against Sam Darnold. So let me know what you guys think about that game. I probably won't really bet it because my team's in the fight already, so I don't really want I don't need to add anything extra here. So all right, I'm hopping over to Signal real quick before I even tell you my results on Signal these past few weeks, which have been ridiculously good. We're going to do another update on where we are at in the product release. We're getting very, very close, especially if you're a member of a Plus EV bot or a VIP member. You're going to have early access before the public. So we're talking days, not weeks at this point. This is a play that I'm trying to get in Onyx odds here before it changes. So Podvinsky over 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Golden State Timberwolves. These Onyx lines move fast, so if you don't see it pop up, they usually disappear, but we're going to try it. Hey, let me know if you guys have any questions about the product or anything else in general. Anything to do with profitable sports betting, let me know. This game tomorrow? I think it might be. All right, I'm just going to hold off on it. We need to add times of the game in there, I guess. Looks like there's a lot of movement on this game. Someone must just got ruled out. So we're looking for Timberwolves lines right now. Every alt line is popping. Let's see. Timberwolves. I'm looking for FanDuel play. Definitely don't want the Warriors. We want Timberwolves side of this line. I don't see any plays here. Maybe first half. Curry ruled out. Instant move, 3 points. What direction is this? This must be going. Yeah, so the under for that game is getting some steam too. So we're seeing all these huge EV plays. Though the Timberwolves would be good. I know Onyx moves so fast. I can guarantee all those odds are locked up there. But look at this chart. Yeah, Pinnacle just dropped from plus 108 down to minus 138. So that's like a 40-cent move there. Let's see this Trailblazers plus 7.5. I like this, actually. Trailblazers plus 7.5 against the Celtics here. A little fade in the home team, but see Circa move their main line down to 7. So we're getting an extra point, an extra half point to Circa and plus money. So that's really nice. Let's take a shot with this one. But all these lines opened about 9.5, and have moved down. So these are the graphs I like to see. Downward movement on the main lines, and also the prices moving down quite a bit too. So Trailblazers plus 7.5, plus 101 on Novig looks pretty solid here. Exciting products. What can we expect for volume? It really is. All right, let's see. I'm gonna go 200 here. It really depends on how much time you want to put into it. The Signal bot, which is going to be part of the alpha package here, which is this one that just pops up player props that come and go real quick throughout the day. That on average is doing like 1,200 to 1,500 bets a day. I personally don't spend that much time betting in a day, but I'm able to get off 30 plus Signal plays, no problem. And then EV plays, I mean, it's all about how much time you spend on here. There's always, this is probably one of the slowest times ever. There's 35 bets. I usually see, 50 plus bets on here. You can expect all the volume. Yeah, if you're getting all the volume. Interesting one. BYU first half money line. I think this one's good. I already think I took this plus 110 earlier in the day, but we see a little bit of downward movement from Pinnacle and Circa. So BYU first half money line plus 100 is good. Yeah, Eddie, tomorrow. I'm actually going to spend the day making a video about the new Plus EV tool and how to read charts and stuff like that. But it's the same exact thing that it's really always been. You just have more filter settings and stuff. So like a lot of the information is going to be overlapping, but I'll show you guys how to do it with the new product. And it's also what these live streams are kind of for as well. Let me double check my bets here. I think I already have BYU first half money line, so I don't want to. So I got a plus 108 earlier in the day for 200. I'm not going to go another unit, so I'll go a half unit here. That's my max, 200. All right, so I would have maxed it anyway. All right, so I'm 300 on BYU money line. Kind of lowered my position there a little bit in terms of the value, but it's still really good to 3 sharp books. So this is a really good play. All right, let's take a look at the Sharp Money website, which we just built, and I want to show off a little video that we built. So this is the website here. Our products are going to be here when it says coming soon, but you'll be able to click them eventually. So we scroll down, it kind of gives you all of the features we have. One of the fastest plus EV engines, the market trend graphs, which, is kind of our bread and butter here. 20 plus sports books. We'll continue to add more sports books as we go. Very advanced filter settings. I'll get into those as well, but most advanced filter settings in the industry when we get down to per sport book settings, which are extremely customizable. I'll need a whole video explaining those. One-click bet links. I couldn't live without one-click links anymore. I don't know how I spent my first 6 months sports betting without one-click links, but we did it. And then the mobile app, which is pretty much all I use as well. So here's the little video that we built. Okay, I was afraid we weren't going to have sound here. All right, I can't narrate this whole thing. Hold on. I wonder if there's a way for me to. I don't know if I can. You guys are gonna have to watch it on the website then with the volume because this isn't doing it justice. Then. All right, perfect. Pricing is next. So we'll click on the website. Let me put that link here. You guys can watch this video later, but it's a product breakdown. I was hoping you guys would have sound, but I guess not. So this is pricing right here. So you're going to have Three different packages. The first package, which is the core package, is just our kind of basic package. This is going to be perfect for newer bettors that are just learning about plus EV betting. It's going to give you access to our tool to get familiar with it. You're going to be able to get down some great bets and learn as you go without being overwhelmed with, kind of like all the market trend graphs. So what you're going to get here is the core access to the tool. You're going to get the basic odds screen, which is the odds screen without Pinnacle Circuit Bookmaker. You're going to get the Discord access. You won't get the line movement charts or advanced filter settings. So when you're in here, essentially and you're not going to get exchanges or prediction markets. So you'll have all the retail books, and then you pretty much just this page. So for $29.99 a month, you'll have all these plus EV bets. You just won't be able to click the drop down arrows to see the line movement charts. And this is how, I spent my first year plus EV betting without even knowing what line movement was. So I think it's a good starter point for a lot of members to kind of just bet based on EV percentages and finding value in certain markets and go from there. So that's core $29.99, which is much cheaper than our plus EV bots right now. So it's a good option for everyone to be able to get into our plus EV tool, our new app, without paying less than they do now. What I will say is when we release these in a week, and I'm going to have to keep saying this over and over, is this is a brand new product. So you make sure if you're going to sign up for the new tool to delete your old plus EV bot membership, because you will get charged if you don't cancel it. Also, we aren't going back and adjusting payments if there's any overlap in subscription. So like if you just paid for the plus EV bots when this comes out, the new app, you're going to either want to wait to the end of the month so you don't have to pay that overlap, or you kind of just have to eat it and go for it if you're really that excited to get on the new tool. But the plus EV bots aren't going anywhere. So if none of this interests you, just stay in the package you have. You got your price locked in, so nothing changes there. And then the second package is going to be the Pro package. And that's pretty much a full plus EV and odd screen access. So that's going to give you everything I'm seeing here and showing off the plus EV page, the full odd screen with all the sharp books just like here. So you have Pinnacle, Bookmaker, Circle. You're going to have all the exchanges, all the prediction markets, everything. So it basically unlocks the entire plus EV tool and odd screen. The only exception that is left out of Pro in terms of plus EV and odd screen is that you don't have those advanced filter settings per sportsbook. So you still have really advanced filter settings for what we have set up here, where you can go into your leagues and do, like, if you want, for me, like someone who has limits on a lot of stuff, like for college basketball, like for total points, I only want to see first half and full game. For like FanDuel, but on a different book like MGM, I might only want to see full games instead of first half. So being able to do it per sports book is that advanced filtering setting that you're not going to have, but you'll still be able to do it per market. You also have like Pinnacle limits that you can adjust, and minimum EVs as well. Oh, Celtics getting steam now. We just bet the Trailblazers. Almost looks like maybe Trailblazers had some early information on the exchange then before that line moved. So someone must be ruled out for the Trailblazers, or Tatum's playing or something. All right. So alpha package, we'll get into that next. And when is the early release date? The alpha package is $199 a month, and this is what our current VIP package is, which is all of our handicap plays. So now not only do you get the handicap plays, you also get the plus EV tool and the odd screen. So this is a great deal if you already pay for our plus EV bots and VIP. Essentially, you're getting all that for free, or not free, but you're getting one of them for free if you think about it that way. VIP was already $199. The bots were $50 a month, so you're kind of getting the bot package for free. And then obviously we built the SharpMoney Signal, which there's two more bets that I'm not going to take right now. But basically this is a proprietary system that we built. It's running at a 5% ROI over tens of thousands of bets. same thing. One click links. These are what you just, they pop up and you bet them. You don't think about it. All the logic is already built into these bets. We put a lot of time and a lot of logic into building how this thing works. And just to prove a point here, I mean, this is my tracking of it on Picket. This is the first month we had it. This is the first time I've only been using it for a couple of weeks. We're at almost 360 bets, almost 6K in profits. And if you look at what I'm betting, I mean, FanDuel I can get down like $100, 70, 90 here and there. Onyx I can pretty much go to town on. So I'm able to get down a decent amount of money on FanDuel on these props. And then I'm still hitting like ESPN bet for $10. I'm still hitting Fanatics for $10 when I can. All this stuff adds up. And if you're betting early in the morning, like some of these steel markets were early, you're not going to get down as much. But even if you're betting into very limited accounts for $10, I mean, if you're running at a 5% ROI, you're going to make some money really quick if you just keep hitting them. We will not have free trials because when we run promos, the free trials screw up the promos. It's like a WAP little bug right now, so we're not going to have free trials. I'm going to be displaying this product 3-4 times a week on live streams, and there'll be tons of videos about it. So I understand not wanting to sign up for something without a free trial, but there's going to be so much information that you know what you're getting when you sign up right away. So it's unfortunate, and hopefully WAP changes that, but we've had issues in the past with offering a free trial. This is Magic Money Line. Recent movement has been down. Pinnacle's at plus 180. We can actually pull up the odd screen here right now. So we have Pinnacle. Sometimes this gets a little messy. You have a little quick odd screen to every price, which is nice. Pinnacle plus 180, Bookmaker 176, Circa 180, even FanDuel 184. But the rest of these books are very low. I'm going to take a stab here. Orlando Magic plus 194. And it is gone. So it's no longer good at 6 cents off that number. Fair value is 188. It's actually right there. I got 189. I'll take it for 100. Looks like liquidity is moving towards this a lot. So give me the 189. Slightly better than fair, and the market's moving in the right direction. So didn't get our 194, but we still got 1 cent better than our fair, and the market kind of moved in the right direction recently. Yeah, so love the product. Heard on one of the other live streams that we have plans for DFS. That is true. Before I really dove into building Signal, I already had a DFS kind of platform going locally. So I'm probably going to, I think that's what I'll be building next. And hopefully within the next couple of months, we'll have a DFS product. But we got to make sure that all of our current products are 100% up to par before which we think they are. But if we got to deal with any bugs or anything weird in the next couple of weeks when we launch, then we'll deal with it then. And DFS, I'll probably start with Prize Picks, Underdog, maybe a couple other ones. I've been out of the DFS game for a little while. Trying to think of all the other ones. Like Thrills is one. I think Fliff even has like a DFS system. A few more that I'm not thinking about, but definitely Prize Picks and Underdogs to start. And that will likely be in the pro section. So without an increase in price, but we haven't discussed that yet. I think that's kind of what we're all leaning. Pats Seahawks under 22.5. Probably way too early to even take a stab on this one, but we could look at the lines. Danny, what's going on? Thanks for hopping in. Just looking for some bets. Seahawks, Patriots. So not much movement here, but we see a lot of openers. 22.5 plus 104. So, I mean, we're getting... Circa has it as a pick 'em. So if you at 22.5 minus 110 each. So, you're getting a 4 cents of value there. Pinnacle leans slightly towards the over. Bookmaker has their line set at 23 and 22.5, but they're juicing the under heavily at 23. So there's no market movement. If you're desperate for a Super Bowl bet and you're already leaning under, I think you get a good price on it now. Otherwise, I would just wait closer to game time, or not game time, later in the week. We got 2 weeks to figure this out and get some money down. We don't need to be rushing it right now. First quarter, Cavs -5.5. This line should be going upwards. Yeah, it kind of is because we bet the Magic, so Cavs side is going the wrong way. So we skip that. Cavs money line should be moving the wrong way too. Alcorn State and Cookham. Let's see. Circa has us at -110. Is that right? Or is that the main line? And Pinnacle. So Pinnacle is just way off the market here. Pinnacle just drop all of those points. Pinnacle's -140. Doesn't look like it was a recent move though. Market trend kind of stale. Opened up at 13, moved to 13.5. So slight market direction there, but nothing I want to play. Now here's the perfect one if we can get this one. Golden State Warriors and Timberwolves under 22.5 plus 103. Let's see if this one is here, and this is a perfect play. And it is for 600. We're going to go 250. Under 227.5. All right, so let me tell you why this is such a great play. And it probably had to do with, it obviously had to do with the Curry news that he's not playing, but we didn't need to know that to know that this was a really good bet. So this is what we're looking for. This white line is Pinnacle limits, and we see limits moved from $3,000 up to $5,000, and Pinnacle's line went from let's see if I can get like minus or plus 106 down to minus 104. So like 10-cent movement, 10-cent drop there on that Pinnacle limit increase, which basically means, sharper bettors are waiting for higher limits to get down money, and then they see money come in on one side and move their odds. And our game graph here shows it very well also, where this line was not too long ago, the main line here was 232 on the dot on Pinnacle, and now we're sitting at 227. So that's 5.5 point drop, or 5 point drop there. I mean, that's significant, and that's moving very good. So I like this bet a lot. Golden State Warriors under 227.5 plus 103. Really good line movement. It's a 1% EV, but if you guys have been watching my streams, I absolutely love the low EV plays, especially with good line movement. You end up closing much better than 1%. So don't be afraid to play the low EV plays when you have the line movement graphs. Brayton, what's going up, dude? Thanks for joining in. So back to the packages. Yeah, Alpha gets you everything. It gets the new signal tool. It gets you the handicap plays, which MathWins has been absolutely crushing it on his NBA player props. These are props that, are to his model that he built. And he has he's up 21K this month just using the Alpha tools. So think about that. He has no other services. He does run actually his projections through Unabated. So we got to give shout out to Unabated, because without them, his projections wouldn't be able to compare him to the market and get his bets down. So shout out Unabated. But besides Unabated, I mean, he is using only Alpha products and absolutely crushing it. Yeah, he freaking cleared my last year's results in not even a month, like 4 weeks. The guy's an animal. I'm having one of my better months of all time too, and he's making me feel like I'm not even winning. I'm up almost $6,295 with a 7% ROI this month. I mean, you can't ask for a better start to the year, that's for sure. and I've only played. He posts these plays in the morning. I'm usually up and I'm working on other things. So I've only taken 14 of his plays, but hey, they're up $288. But I wish I was grabbing all of them. So I'll show you guys what that looks like. So the handicap plays. Let me pull it up on Discord just so you can see what they look like. Right now, the handicap plays are only on Discord. They're not. There's no app for them. But let me just show you what they look like. So in our Discord, you will see, these are Math Wins Opens plays, and this is a really cool feature. So basically, he calls it out. It posts in Discord. So he bet this earlier in the day, under 3.5 rebounds for Wagner here. He posted it at -114 on FanDuel. That's what the price was when he posted it. So a lot of members, you see all these check marks. A lot of people got this in. Probably at least 35 people got it on FanDuel at -114. And then every 30 seconds, this scans the entire market and posts the 5 sports books with the best line to his projection. We have these little stars next to the projections, which means they're still within our value range. When we're handicapping plays, it's a little different than plus EV betting, especially when Math Wins is running at over a 5% ROI through the course of thousands and thousands of bets. Essentially, we say, hey, it's safe to play his projections within 10 cents. So anything with a star is within 10 cents of his projection. This one's within 9 cents, so it's a star there. And then you could still take it on FanDuel. You're giving up a little bit of value, but it should be plus EV still. This is 11 cent worse, so you get a little symbol there, and then you have no one-click links to the sports book here. So if I want to go hit this on FanDuel under 3.5, there's one click in it, and it puts it right in my bet slip for me. So that's what the handicap plays are. Eventually, we're going to have the handicap plays on the app and like a more user-friendly. Yeah, dude, I haven't clicked on any of these plays in so long. The only thing I ever click on is your guys' results just to see how you guys are doing. A random question, but what would you use as a source of truth for NBA player props? I've been getting demolished on them. So source of truth, I mean, it's still a lot to do with the market movement. But what I've always used is FanDuel, Pinnacle, and like Bookmaker or Circa as well. So pretty much your typical sharp books, but throw in FanDuel there. But it's the same thing where you need to keep an eye on the movement. If all of a sudden FanDuel goes for a player prop plus 105 and they bump them up to plus 120 and the rest of the books haven't moved yet, FanDuel moved into plus 120 range when they know that they're showing value to the market. They don't do it for no reason. If you see a book increasing their odds, it's something you want to lay off of. And the other aspect of it is if you see books dropping their odds and one book is stale, then that's where you hit it. But you never really want to go attack a book that just made themselves plus EV to the market. So that's what you got to think about with props. But when it comes to like DVIGing, yeah, like Pinnacle, FanDuel, Bookmaker, Circa, all good DVIG books for player props. But it gets more tricky. Like there's not one just like single way to do it. So yeah, that's what that looks like, but it will eventually have an app on there as well. And shout out Greek too. I didn't give him any love here, but he's had a couple good days in a row after a little bit of a downswing, but it seems like we're cooking again, which is nice. And I'll be done posting plays. Actually, I'll probably find some Super Bowl bets, but I think I ended up running this year at like a 10% ROI on. These are my running back projections. So right about 9% ROI on about 200 plus bets for running back props this year. So maybe I'll have one more for the Super Bowl, but that's probably going to be it. Yeah, I mean, you were in a hole. I mean, Math Wins, he was in a hole too. And he just happened to get real hot. But yeah, it was a tough month. I mean, even the unabated crew, who obviously one of the top projections in the industry, they were kind of slow a month ago too when it comes to NBA player props. So, and you're getting the CLV, so it's just one of those things where you feel like you're on the right plays and nothing's hitting, but that's just how it works sometimes. Unfortunate, but it'll come around. Yeah, there's not a whole lot going on right now. There's a few NBA games this morning, or earlier today. Here's one I'm going to take. Josh Giddey over 28.5 points, rebounds, and assists. The signal price is our fair value price, minus 136. So I'm taking this minus 132. Ooh, minus 130. So we got 2 cents better. We're gonna hop on it. Max bet 162. So limits aren't bad on FanDuel for me. I just max bet everything on Signal. That's the strategy. All right, FanDuel, figure it out. Let's try loading that one again. It's not verifying my location. Oops. Oh, they must have pulled it. All right. They must have probably took that line off. Right. Let's see if I can find it on FanDuel. All right, it's still there. Over 28.5 minus 130. Don't know why it disappeared off that screen, but it's still good. So, I mean, this is pretty, when I have time to do it, I pretty much, and maybe we should get like little notifications to, yeah, it came back. I don't know why that disappeared for a second. You get little notifications. Eventually we'll have notifications where you can set filter settings and get notified, which would be great for Signal because they're kind of in and out all day long. It's not like they're not stale bets. Those lines move fast. So you're not just looking at like a screen all day. It's like you get a notification or you see something pop up, you hit it right away because it's probably not staying there for too long. All right, yeah, board's kind of dry right now. Not the best time to be betting. So I'm going to get off here. Tomorrow night, we have the Sharp Money live stream. So myself, Jay, and Sigma will probably be on. We'll probably talk a little bit more about the product release. But so to fill everyone in on what's our latest development with the product release is we're still completely on schedule, which is sweet. And we just released to our affiliates and our promo diva group, which is like a very tight group of people that have been around us for a long time. So they're getting access to the paid products now. Some of them are just starting to sign up. We just released this like an hour ago. Assuming they run into no issues with the packages and how it all works, then within probably 2 days, 3 days, we will be releasing to VIP members and then plus EV right after that. And then hopefully we're still hoping that next week or the week after that will be open to the public. But for the most part, we're days away from current Sharp Money members getting access to this. Osprey, lots of great looking tools. One question, will there be a feature for Signal to just drop the profits in the bank account? I love that. Yeah. Just send us your bank account information and it'll just start depositing for you. Oh, yeah. So the early release date, if you're already a member, we're days away, like a couple days. If you're not a member, then we're still hoping like 1 week from now or a week and a couple days. So I don't know what category. Yeah, I know. We want to drop it. We just got to make sure everything's right. We don't want a bunch of people joining and having like weird issues or something going on. So we're just going to tease it for as long as possible. Never actually drop it. This isn't even a real product. All right, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to check out the Bet Sharp Money website so you can watch this this video that I was trying to play for you guys earlier. But it's a good product explainer video. So definitely check that out. and that link was down below, but it's just betsharpmoney.com. You'll see it there. And then when we do drop, instead of saying coming soon, all the links will be here to sign up. So I appreciate you guys joining. Tomorrow night we'll be back on the live stream at 8 o'clock. So I'll see you guys then.